All right, we are back for episode 2 with Breaching with the Boys. I'm back with fellow co-host Nick Laidlaw. Nick, how you doing, brother?
Great, man. Great to be back. Episode 2 on the actual Breaching with the Boys channel. It's exciting. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the future. We were just talking about some stuff before the show. Very optimistic. Glass half full.
Yes, I'm with you. My gas tank is half full. I am burning the candles at both ends. But you know what? It is half full.
It'd be worse. You could have a Russian gas tank. That's just on E.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, always on E, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We joking with my wife earlier yesterday or the day before. We went and filled up with gas, and I like leaned over to her and I was like, I have something that people in Crimea will never have. Full tank of gas.
Dude, I heard in the occupied territories it was like $17 a gallon, or like, comparatively to like the U.S.
Yeah, well,
Preston was doing a little video on it.
$150 would be the equivalent to what an American would be paying. Like for what an American earns compared to like what a Russian earns. So like $17 to us is like,
oh, got it. Okay,
that's expensive for gas, but it's but you could afford, that's like a meal for McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
But not to a Russian. Like that $17 is like $150 in their buying power because they're making like $650 a month on average.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
so the Americans where like the median income is like 45 to 5,500, something like that. That's if you're doing okay.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people aren't making that, but that's what they call the median income now. But
it's $4,500.
Yeah.
Is that before or after taxes?
Dude, it's got to be after or before.
Probably after. Yeah. Well, 4,500. Yeah, that's like $60,000 a year, isn't it? I'm trying to do the math.
Yeah, it's about 60 grand.
I think it's like 60 grand.
4,500. Yeah. Yeah. I would estimate that's probably like 60. I'm awful at math, so I'm sure someone in the comments could be like, Nick's a fucking idiot. Can't do basic math.
Well, don't worry about the comments quite yet, because we had 3 views on our first episode. So
consistency, man. That's how B&B grew, is just posting all the time.
I know. I was like, I posted, I'm like, we'll get some traction. Because like, I always think of like the first time I posted like with mine, you were my first, and I had like 1,500 views. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Those are still good numbers. Like, because some of my non-A-listers go to like 1,500 or 2,000. And those are like when you get reliable numbers, like you were like, boom, awesome, right out the gate, Nick Laidlaw, and so I was like, oh, we'll get like 1,000 views or something on our first Breaching with the Boys, and like, dude, it was no views for like 3 days, and then it was like, and then it went to like 3, and I was like, oh my God, someone stumbled across it.
Yeah, just consistent, and it's a brand new channel too.
Oh yeah.
So and it is very hard to bring people from other platforms to YouTube. I found moving
it is.
Instagram to YouTube is so hard. Like if I had
doesn't translate
half of the followers watch a video, it would be awesome. But it's usually around like 1% to 2%. I would estimate that you could transition over from one app to another.
And even your subscribers, like that's what frustrates me. Like I just posted with Morgan. I'm pretty frustrated with this episode, and I don't know why. It was a good episode. I was like, this will get traction. It's about the GWAT Memorial,
right?
Yeah, dude, it was 120 like views in a day, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Like it's Morgan. It's like typically like Morgan's not a super A-lister, but he's more than like a non-A-lister. I always kind of say, he's like in the mid tier. Like you should at least get if I would have got 500 in the first day, I'd be like, okay, that's good. Like we'll get a good rolling. But I don't know what it was. I posted at like 30 a.m. opposed to 10 a.m. I was like, I don't know if that caused, because I look at my analytics, and I was like, I checked all my tag, like I put stuff in, and I just don't know if I tagged it right or
YouTube is just so difficult to figure out sometimes, because like on Instagram, I'm very consistently hitting the same numbers over and over, no matter what time I post, or what's written in the caption.
Yeah.
Like,
and you post a lot too. Like I noticed with my Instagram, because I collab with you a lot, or if I post on my own, like it's a fraction of like obviously when I post with you, but like but I also noticed though, like if you post 2 to 3 times a day, you know, you're just
Mhm.
feeding the beast. Like it gets
Instagram
going.
is definitely a feed the beast type of thing.
Yeah,
YouTube, it's like I haven't quite figured it out.
I know, right?
Um,
It's just like because you
sometimes
get your audience,
sometimes you
and
knock it out of the ball, like knock the
oh
ball out of
yeah,
the park, and
yeah,
you're like, I
and
don't know what I did, you
yeah,
know, but I
exactly.
hope I do it again.
I know, and there's like some momentum with it too. So
Hmm.
like the Mike Edwards episode got me momentum for like 3 episodes. Or like
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like or there's definitely through Josh Shores that was 10,000, and then like non A-lister like cool 2,500. It got 2,000 in 2 weeks. I was like, that's good for someone that's just there's no social media presence like
Yeah.
Marine, Rifleman, and Ramadi. Cool. Like my audience isn't like super dedicated yet. Yeah, I have 40,000 or 42,000 now, but it's like, dude, if you're getting, you know, fuck 5%, you know, 10% would be phenomenal. You know, I mean, you're not even that, like 5%. What is that? That's 500. That's 2,000 views. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
5%. Like that's pretty good because it's like one of those things you just don't want to be like a million subscribers and getting 10,000 views.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
Like,
embarrassing, and it
yeah,
indicates to people like you've probably just bought like bots
yeah,
to follow you.
yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh, or you know, whatever. So, or you're just super inactive. Like I've said, like the 9line account, like they had momentum. This is years ago, but then it's just like if you don't post, it just like blows up a
Hmm.
little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So they just couldn't. They didn't have any more long form content, or I shouldn't say long form, but they just stopped posting, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe that was a factor because I didn't put up a clip in between that episode and the next one. I don't know. Maybe that I don't know. It frustrated me because I was like, this will be a great topic. This will hit the vet community. Like this should be good, and it just like tanked. And I'm just like, oh my god, like it frustrated me because I'm like,
Well, wait
I
till it
really
hits
want.
national news that there's this big scandal going on.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
And
It's just yeah. It frustrated me. I was like,
yeah,
damn it.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's not always
Yeah,
fair. You know, that's the thing about social media. It's like you could
yeah.
have like legit, super great, well researched, well edited content,
Hmm.
and then like it'll just get outperformed by like a picture of a potato.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and that's just the way it is sometimes.
You know, and that's the thing too is I like when you listen to people, I listen to more for the technical stuff, but when people are like, "Oh, you know, this is how you're gonna grow your channel," it's like, dude, there's no one knows. Like you, like Mr. Beast was like, "Yeah, you know, it's better to post one quality video than 100 crappy ones." I was like, "Bullshit." I was like, "That's an absolute, that's a terrible advice," you know, because I was like, I know people that have done that, and that does it. You can't just post, you know, one amazing video a month. It's the track, you know how long that'll take you, and then and
Hmm.
it's like, are you gonna find your niche? You know, it's like you got to do every week, and then if you get really good, then maybe once a month. But even then, dude, I mean, and most people don't have the money to spend that. And talking to Mr. Beast, the motherfucker was counting to like 1,000. That's not a quality video. That's just
Yeah.
him talking to like, or he counted to 1,000,000 or 100,000 or something like that. And he talks about it. I'm like, that's not a quality video. You just shit on your own advice, you know. And
Yeah.
he's clearly doing amazing, but dude, that guy took it in another direction, you know, which is great. Like I'm not trying to dog on him, but I just don't think that there's
Industry
any
plant.
like, this is what we do, you know, this is how you do it. This is the way, and
Yeah,
it's
there's no
guaranteed.
right way.
Yeah, there's no other than consistency. The only thing I've seen is consistency, and then quality of video. Always seems like that's, you know what I mean, like that in itself helps. Like me and you have good
Yeah.
video right now. You know, even though we're video calling, we have good video,
Hmm.
you know, and then it's like, okay, cool. And then consistency every week, obviously, you know, that type of thing. And then you can get the ball rolling. You get your I think that works. Like that's the one thing I do see. And then in person, I think also moves the needle a lot more, you know, like
I would
think,
agree.
I think
It's
that's
just
like
more as
one
a
factor.
viewer. It's just more entertaining to watch because
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
feels more like the reactions feel more immediate in like
Yes.
a
Oh
way.
yeah.
You know, they're immediate, like over Zoom call or whatever. Um, but I don't know. It's hard to describe it. It's like that Impossible Burger. You know, it's not quite. It's
Yeah.
not quite the same thing.
It's not quite the same. No, I agree. And and like I said, I think, you know, my episodes, like, cause like we did ours, like it's just live. Like people ask me that too, that were like, hey, it's kind of a bigger guest. And they're like, can you do video call? I'm like, no, They're like, no. They're like, oh, well, there would probably be a while, like a few months. I was like, then cool, man. Like, hit me up when, the CEO wants to come on. Like, I had T-Rex arms, not the guy that left, but the Lucas, but his brother. His brother's PR firm like reached out and wanted to come on, because they're trying to probably get on podcasts, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I wrote back, I was like, hey, when can you come out? And they were like, oh, we thought it was going to be a video call. It's like, no. I was like, I don't do video calls. And they were, so they were like, oh, well, that might be, he doesn't free up till whenever. And I'm like, okay, well then give me a call back then. And, and I'll have them on, but I don't do video calls.
Yeah.
On Into the Breach. Fair. So that's just my standard. That's what I do, but yeah, man. All right, cool. I'm glad we went on a rant about YouTube algorithms and our frustration. Yeah, how shitty our first episode did. But yeah, absolutely. No, man, dude. Speaking of, not that's crappy, but the first reviews are coming in for the Odyssey. Have you heard of them?
I have not. I saw a screenshot of who is playing Aphrodite. They should have led with that. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. They should have led with that.
They should have led with that in the initial trailer.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know. So I don't even know. You're giving me suspense. It's I've heard two camps. Right now, I've heard it's like boring, but it's a Christopher Nolan film, so it's like it's good, but it's boring.
It's Christopher Nolan boring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. But I still enjoy those types of movies.
Which, yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll like. And like I said, I think it's going to be good. I think it's not going to be amazing. And then they said the one reviewer, two reviewers that I feel like are pretty decent. They said the dialogue's terrible. That was the one thing they walked away with. Like they said the modern dialogue was terrible. Yeah. And I think that's going to be a lot of people's hangups. It's going to be like, and it'll probably be like it'll be a okay to good movie. And I don't give a shit that it's shot on IMAX. That even for film nerds, I'm like, I don't fucking care. No one cares. No one knows. Nick Laidlaw doesn't know that it was shot on IMAX.
I don't know.
And they don't know that. Like, if we showed on IMAX, it's like no one gives a shit. But I do want to see it in theater though. That's when I might.
I am going to go see it in theaters as well. I'm personally worried about the costumes and the casting.
Okay.
Moreover, because I can just tune out to what people are saying and look at the look at the environment around me that's being placed on the screen, and I can immerse myself that way and just kind of ignore shitty dialogue sometimes.
Yeah.
But if they're dressed like Spirit Halloween costumes, like they were in the trailer, like I have a really hard time then.
That's Nick's hang up. That's it right there.
It's
like I don't
that was
care.
One of my big things about Rings of Power, man, is the costumes were just awful.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me you're an immortal elf and you've been wandering around in the woods for the last 6 months, but your clothing is completely clean. Like at the bottom of your robes, there's no dirt or anything on there. It's just all clean. It's like, come on, like.
Dude, I'm with you on that. So that's my pet peeve with war films. Like I hate
how clean everyone looks.
Clean everyone's uniforms are. Like, and by the way, big Hollywood budget ones. So like I remember American Sniper. Like everyone's shit's clean. They're in the Battle of Fallujah, and the Marines have like clean outfits on.
Yeah, like the knee pads aren't worn at all.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like they have got that shine to them.
The uniforms are colored like they are vibrant. The digital pad. It's like, dude, that shit should be like borderline white. Like especially by that point. So there's like that type of shit, or people aren't sweaty enough. They're just like just fine.
Fury did a great job with the uniforms in it, like one, just like what they wore, like tanker versus like infantryman, or like what extra things people would put on, or like how they would modify uniforms to make them more comfortable or more efficient in whatever task they needed to do. Like Fury did it, that comes to my mind most recently. Like they did a great job with the sets and the costume, like the costume department for that movie. Like they need a raise. Like that was great.
Yeah, Fury's phenomenal. Like
and the makeup too, like the the guys look filthy, and they were like, I love it. That's immersion to me. Is that?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that's the level. That's like the professionalism. So when you have like a true filmmaker or that has an eye and like the production design, like that's always a tip off. Like, oh, you guys are cheap as fuck, or you skimped on something. And that's what, like when you start getting the lower budgets, they start skipping that shit. Yeah. Because that's the little detail that makes your film way better than like a TV series or something like that, So yeah, that's always my pet peeve. Like when it comes to costumes, like on war films. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I want to go see the Odyssey. I still haven't seen Backrooms, but we're waiting for that one for rental. But Odyssey is one that I'm like, okay, like let's. I think I might spend the money. I don't know. I think we might go next Tuesday or something like that. Maybe me and Amanda.
When does it come out?
This weekend.
This 17th. Weekend.
Yes, it's July 17th, so it's this Friday.
Well, I'll probably go see that. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll have an opinion on it this next episode.
This next week, yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. I'll try. Well, oh god, it's our date night if we do it next week. Maybe we'll do a Wednesday episode, then we can both do an Odyssey review.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I like I said, I'm not excited for it, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll spend the money. Oh, bro, saw Obsession. Did you see that yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, it's awesome.
I haven't had a chance. I've been.
It's great.
All over the place.
Yeah.
I've been a very busy boy, and I haven't had a chance to go see Obsession yet. But everyone that I know that's gone to see it is just, they've loved it.
It's good, man. It's a rental. Like, I think you can rent it for like $15. It's worth the rental. Like, you're like, oh, dude, that was like a really good movie.
Is it on Prime that you could rent it on? Or?
Yeah, rental on Prime. That's what me and Amanda typically do. Like, movies I want to see, but I just don't have the time to go.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man, well, I guess we'll wait till Prime, And so even Amanda was like, oh, we got to watch that. I was like, I know. Like, I really want to see it. But it was good. It was really good. Like, simple, effective, great acting. It was really disturbing. And it's just like, but it's good. Like, it's just effective.
Dude,
and ending was great. Like, it has this little lore, you're just like, dude, it just works. And it's the dude crushed it, man. Like you said, that the winning lottery ticket, and he's already, that kid's running with it too, man. He already directed another film and they're already directing another film. Like, he's just like, just give me work. Cause this train,
I'm glad.
Yeah. Because that train can end. All you do is like one bad film, and they're like, "Get the fuck out of here," Like, so so he's like, took it. I'd be like him too. Be like, I guess I'm just gonna book every directing horror gig I can get for the next fucking 5 years and just go, So, but no, dude, it's good. I recommend. So, what have you been up to?
So we had my sister's wedding in Montana. That was nice. And then we were going to go to the Ozarks with some friends. And Isabel went down on Tuesday. And then I couldn't go because I have to work. I have a stupid job. So I tried to go Friday after work. And then on the way down there was like this horrible rainstorm. This was like a 7-hour drive for me. And I got like 2.5 hours in, and I had to turn around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could not see like the road. Everybody was hydroplaning all over the place, and I pulled off to this gas station to, wait for like the storm to pass. And I checked the radar, and it's like I'm just at the very beginning of it, and it's like the entire way down to the Ozarks.
Oh shit!
And then there's like flood warnings, like intermittently in like different counties on the way down there, and it's like all in the path that I have to drive down there, and it's like I can't go. So
just feel like this could be a nightmare.
Yeah, it was me and the cat.
Yeah.
Me and the cat, and then I'm big into D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons. I like host a game at my house, like usually every like Friday or Saturday, something like that. So I printed some terrain, and I was just painting some stuff like that while she was gone.
Nice.
I was very bored while my wife's gone.
Dude, the pre-kid life.
Yeah.
That the time that you have.
Yeah.
You're like, every weekend I host D&D. I'm like, bro, as soon as you get that kill, you shut that shit down, man. That is, especially if you go, once you get the second one or so, it's like, no, it's over. That's it, man. You're like me. I'm like, I got 8:30 to 10 to fucking do my extracurricular activities, but That's awesome, bro. Are you doing Warhammer?
Yeah,
Okay.
all the time. I
All the
love
time?
Warhammer. The
Yeah.
the new 11th edition just came out like probably 3 weeks ago. With some interesting changes to like the rules and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Because they usually like update them every 3 years. So I do
Yeah.
Warhammer and I do Warhammer 40,000 and I do Age of Sigmar, which is like the fantasy version of
Hmm.
Warhammer. And then my brother and we're starting Conflict 47,
Hmm.
which is similar to Warhammer, but it's like a alternate history World War II.
Mm.
So it's like you've got like some weird technologies mixed in. So like you've got like Sherman tanks, but instead of like firing like shells out of the gun, you've got like it's got like a big Tesla cannon, like the barrel glows and stuff like that. Like the British have a whole bunch of robots fighting for them, and so it's an interesting setting, and I'm
Okay.
just getting into it. I started a Japanese army, which is cool. They've got a lot of
Nice.
dudes who can like teleport stuff like that, and like some samurai guys. It's like a mix between like the real world World War II mixed in with some science fiction like future stuff with elements of like what made those armies unique culturally in them.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's interesting. It's fun to paint them too. So I'm a big hobbyist.
So that's all physical game, right?
Yeah,
Is that
all
what you're doing?
physical.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they do any
Tabletop
like
programming.
do they do anything like digital, like World of Warcraft,
Yeah,
Like
so 40K Warhammer, they've got like Space Marine 2 and
Mhm.
Space Marine. Like Space Marine 2 is like hugely successful. It's kind of like Gears of War, but like the Warhammer version of it.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I don't know if you ever played the Total War games, but there's going to be like a Warhammer Total War game, which is
You mean like Command and Conquer type?
sort of it's like
Yeah.
you can like control an army, and when you go to battles and stuff, you're like the commander of it, and you're moving units around and like ordering
Hmm.
where they fire, where they move, and stuff like that. You can control like thousands of people
Yeah.
on in the game. So like I played like a ton of like Rome Total War and Medieval 2 Total War, Napoleon Total War. Like they got Total War games for like every era, you know. And like History Channel actually used Rome Total War to like illustrate some of their battles at one point. There was like a show because it was easier to just play the game and to like take footage from the game to like illustrate how battles played out than it would be to like pay an animator to animate the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, and I love the Total War games, and I'm super excited for the new Warhammer one. It looks awesome.
Okay, that's
I'm a
pretty dope.
huge
That
Warhammer fan.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was one of these we'll have to do a breaching with the boys in person. And I was gonna have Joe England come on. You and Joe England come up to my house. And then we'll talk about Warhammer.
Is he a big Warhammer guy?
Oh, dude, he called me up. Like so we with that kind of like our last like breaching with the boys on my into the breach channel
No, did he
before
call you because we talked
Oh,
about
he called
40K?
me. He called me, dude, because I put Warhammer on like the description, and I
Hmm.
landed in Montana before I started filming in June, and he just goes, "Bro, are you into Warhammer?" And I'm like, "No." And I was like, "I know of it, but I don't know anything other than Henry Cavill and like him wanting to do it." I was like, "Nick's into it." He's like, "Bro, I live for Warhammer."
Yeah.
He's like,
Same
"I did
like
war."
my favorite thing.
Yeah, he was like, I grew up since like 11 on Warhammer. I was like, Jesus. And he's like, yeah, this and that. He started like talking. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, he's like, yeah,
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, I wouldn't mind I don't have the bandwidth to get into it, but I was like, I love the artwork and the lore. Like, and so I watched a few
Yeah.
YouTube channels for fun, be like, what is this? I don't have any time to get into it, but the video game I could maybe get into, like if there was like a Total War Warhammer
Hmm.
or something along those lines. Like I love Command and Conquer. I just I don't have the bandwidth for like even for video games. Like the new one, like GTA 6 is coming out. I'm gonna buy it. Like I'm buying GTA 6, but I'm not gonna play it. Like I'm gonna play it like twice, and then that'll be the end of that. But I do want to get that. But yeah, dude, it looks cool. Like I love the cinematic videos that come out of that, like on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah.
They're awesome. Like they're so fucking cool. And the fact that that's not a film yet or a series, like that live action stuff is tough. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
understand that. So, but it's like that's a tough translation, like just the way things look
Yeah.
and but it looks
specifically
dope.
like the scaling of Space Marines to regular humans would be
exactly
difficult because they're like 8-9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the way they do it, but like the trench warfare and like everyone's dying, it's just
it's amazing. The setting is like everything that a growing boy needs.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's this show? There's a YouTube channel. They do like a spoof of 40K.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the Emperor, it's Space King and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I gotta find it. I'm gonna send this to you because it's hilarious. Like even you with like a very baseline understanding of it, would just find it super funny. I think it is called the Space King. Yeah, literally Space. Just on YouTube, Space King 1. Watch the pilot episode. It is so funny because it leans like really into the stereotypes of the people who play 40K. So like a big thing everyone was super upset about recently was like in the lore, the Space Marines and the Custodies, they're all men. Right, there's no women because like
I heard about this. I did hear about this.
Then like they added, like they said the Custodies so the Custodies are basically like the Emperor's Space Marines, right? The difference between a human and a Space Marine is the same difference between a Space Marine and a Custodes, right? So the Custodes is like a one-man army. Like in lore, they're insane. Like it's absolutely crazy. And they made some of them female recently, like canon, and everyone lost their fucking minds over that. Like, rightly so. Like you're changing the setting that's been well established since the 80s. Like I understand that. But like there's this episode of Space King where like they're like the big point of that is everyone's trying to find Space King, right? So all the Space Marines are like scouring the galaxy looking for him. And then like all their ships, like this red button is blinking and they all just come, like they drop whatever they're doing to go like to this rally point basically. And there's a guy who like finds a map of like where the Space King is and he ends up dropping it and running away. And it's because one of like the Space Marines like made a female one, and they're all like, no girls allowed. And they blow up the whole thing. It's stuff like that. It's so Space King is so funny. And really plays into like 40K and like, everything great about it is just they just turn into like into satire and it's so fun.
I might have to check it out just in generalities.
40K, like I said, though, the lore is endless. Like I could we could make a show just about 40K. There's like 1,500 books, something like that.
Yeah, and like it was actually Rich from Angry Cops. He was doing his like annual training. He's like, "You guys recommend the first 40 like Warhammer 40K?" And like so his comments like blew up, because he was like, "I got AT for 2 weeks or something like that." He's like, "I'm out at annual training," and so like somebody sent him like 3 books, or he like got the 3 recommended books. I can't remember what it was. Whatever.
Probably
timeline.
The first 3 of the Horus Heresy.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was something like along those lines.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, where do you even start? Because I watched the YouTube channel or YouTube breakdown that was like 20 minutes long. I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? like because I thought I had like maybe an inkling, and I'm like, what's going on? And then it's like, it was a good explainer, but then it like went into like, and now the Space Marines get involved. So there's like the custodian, like the war that took place 3 million years before the modern time, like everybody, and then it's like, oh, now we introduce Earth, and
because there's people from back then that are in the current setting.
Yeah.
So that's why it's all included in the, and lore wise, the Emperor is on Earth right now with us. Somewhere.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, cause it's like the lore is everything continues as it is right now. Just 30,000 years in the future is when the Horus Heresy starts. I love it. Like oh my gosh. I spent the last like year and a half reading all the Horus Heresy books and I just finished them. And now I'm halfway through the Siege of Terra, which is like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 books of just one battle. It's, oh my God. So good. Ethan, it is so good. I love it. And that's why I hope to God Henry manages to pull off this Amazon show.
Well, that's what I remember them talking about. Like I watched some video on that
if
too.
It was
and they're just
$200 an episode to watch, I would pay that.
Yeah, and they're saying
how much I love Warhammer
because it's been in and out of development, or it's not in and out, but it takes so long, and they're just like, and obviously it's so dense. It's like, well, where do you start? And I think they said that they was it Horus Heresies where they were thinking about starting because you need to
Horus
simplify.
Heresy would be a great starting point
Yeah.
because there's a
Yeah.
lot of larger than life characters in it, and you could just like stuff A-list actors into there, like to specifically to like play the Primarchs, you know, like. But I wonder who, because he's of course going to be in it. I wonder who he would pick.
So is there a hero that like is a main hero of the story, protagonist that you can follow?
The rule of thumb is everyone in 40K is basically the bad guys. It's just some guys are worse than others. So like you've got the Imperium of Man, which would be our faction. And well, let's just say this. So like, have you seen those memes or like those Facebook things where it's like, oh, you get teleported into the last book you read, like, or movie you watched, like, how screwed are you? If I got teleported into at any point in 40K, that's like my worst nightmare scenario. Like it's awful.
Yeah.
It's just awful. But there's some like bigger main characters, like in the current setting, you know, like you've got the Primarchs, like Gilliman of the Ultramarines, and you've got Lionel Johnson of the Dark Angels, because a lot of them died during the Horus Heresy, and so current setting, there's basically no one around. Like that was from the Heresy. It's. Oh my God, I'm gonna keep talking about it forever and ever.
I just like as a filmmaker, I'd be like, where do I even start? Like, where do you know? Because I'm sure that's what they're dealing with Henry Cavill.
If I had to do
it's
it,
like
Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
At the end of the Great Crusade would be a good starting point.
Because you have to have a protagonist. Like it's not just you watching it. It's like how does my wife watch this and be like, holy fuck, like Warhammer 40? Because that's how much money they're gonna pour into it, right? Yeah. You gotta make sure that like the girlfriends are watching it, which means you need to know, like, break it down. Like when we watched The Witcher, it was decent, but the editing was terrible. But like, we liked it though. We're like, okay, like my wife was into it, I was into it. I know nothing about Witcher.
I liked the first 2 seasons of The Witcher.
Yeah, like the first season, I think we watched the first season. That was about it. But it's a little disconnected on how, you know what I mean? Like things just happen, and it almost relies on you knowing the universe. And I'm like, you can't do that with an audience. You have to kind of explain that, like, show don't tell, but show what universe you live in. Because like things are happening. I'm like, how the fuck does this person do this? Like, I don't know what this person is or what this species that we're dealing. You know, it like. Just like, oh, of course they exist. So it's like, yeah, but you still have to establish that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be like watching King Arthur and suddenly a dragon pops out of fucking nowhere when they don't exist. You know, you're like, whoa, like, I know what it is, but, you know, you have to kind of like, you know, it was good, but like, it definitely needed much more. I don't know.
What would have elevated the show for me was like a 10-15 minute segment like Lord of the Rings did in the Fellowship. Just explaining the history. Like a bare bones history. Like we don't need the names of everybody or the entire details of what happened. I just need the bare bones of why are we here?
Yeah.
What is the world, sort of thing. And you could do that pretty easy for a Warhammer show.
Yeah, and you'd have to be completely honest with you. You'd have
because
to.
you have a 30,000 year gap between now and where you would be starting in the Horus Heresy. And there's a lot of stuff that happens before the Horus Heresy that like really, really, really matters to the current setting of the story. And so they would have to be like, the Emperor of Mankind is a immortal being with great power. You know, they'd have to explain, there'd have to be like a 10-15 minute intro to the setting.
Which would be worth it because you'd need to know.
My wife wouldn't need it because I've explained this to her many times.
She's like, that's nice, Nick.
Yeah, she's like, wow. Well, I was just talking to her in the car on the way home about Warhammer. She's like, oh, very cool.
Yeah, and it's like when I told
plastic
Amanda,
dolls.
Yep, and she's like, I was like, there's a new camera coming out. She's like, that's great, Ethan. And I'm like, yeah, it just does all this stuff, and she's just like glazes over. Yeah. And at the end, she just goes, "Are we buying it?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe." And she's like, "How much?" You know, that's what it is. You know, if I'm like, "Oh my God, Ari came out with a new camera," she's like, "How much?" It was like $90,000. She's like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Don't worry, I'm not buying it. I just think it's really cool." You know, but like the new Sony FX5 is coming out, and it's like everyone's hyped for this like And I've seen the leak specs that are confirmed, and it's like, oh yeah, baby, like this might be, Daddy might be getting a new rig. We'll see, but when it fully gets launched, the 22nd, July 22nd, they do the launch.
What's the cost of that?
They're estimating like 4,500. So like FX3s right now with tariffs are $3,000, but are 3,300, but they were three grand essentially. No, what was it? Was it 33 grand or 3,500? I think it was $3,000. Because the A7S3, the Sony A7S3 was 3,500 when it came out, and it's kind of based off that camera.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for the A7S4 because it's a video camera, but it's built like a photo camera, like the mirrorless, like yours, you know?
Yeah.
As soon as you
and
cross,
I really enjoy mine.
yeah, and for like what we do, what we want to do, and what we've done, I need to have that photo capability because I can take photos, and that just helps with promotion, just whatever, or some, whatever. So, but I don't need a lot of megapixels. So that's why, like, because it mostly goes on Instagram or whatever. It's not that big a deal. Like, I don't need 50 megapixels. Like, 12 is more than enough. But the video features on the A7S3 are phenomenal. Well, once you move into the body completely changes with the FX line. It's a cinema line. So the FX3s, it's really clunky to try to switch to photo. Like, it's slow. It's not meant to do that. It's meant to be strictly video. It still does photos, but it's not meant to do it. Or not
so
meant.
This new camera be like good
Cinema.
for war journalism?
Yeah, it kind of could. So the reason I say that is because there's a EVF, like a viewfinder that you can buy. It doesn't come with it, but you could buy it. And the EVF is going to be an important thing, right? Typically for journalists or photographers. But what it comes down to is the button layout. Like, is there a way to be able to access photography with this camera rapidly? And that's going to be my kind of hang up. But the thing is, though, is the offset for filming. Now, again, documentary work, it might be overkill, but it actually might be pretty sweet. But the thing is that it's going to be shooting internal RAW. So the Nikons are now, because Nikon bought Red, and I'm sure our audience is super tracking all this. Warhammer to cameras. So Nikon Red cameras disrupted the industry. Their Red codec, I'm sure you heard of Red cameras, right? Mm-hmm. So Nikon bought Red, which is fucking wild. And so, because Red was doing okay, but they weren't as big as people thought they were. So Nikon bought them, and Nikon put the Red codec, not the 16-bit, but the 12-bit Red RAW codec in its fucking Nikon cameras. Like, it's insane. So that's like took Nikon from like bottom to like towards the top. And so I think Sony saw that, and Sony was like, shit, you can't just release another competitive camera without RAW. So Sony has its own flavor of RAW codec, but it's pretty robust, and it's only for like the Venice series and all these others. So that's the confirmed spec that came out this week, which is a big deal. So in this housing, it's probably going to cost, probably 4,500, is going to be, you'll be able to get RAW, and it's going to be a big deal. So that's a pretty big deal, because now these smaller mirrorless cameras are going to be able to produce RAW, very, very good RAW readout and codecs. So would me and you use it? Like, if we went to Ukraine, probably not, because the amount of data that it eats is fucking out of control.
Yeah.
But there would be times maybe we do use it, like not in a combat setting, but more of like interview, maybe B-roll around key, I'm just thinking off my head, or like, more controlled setting, because you don't need it. You don't really honestly don't need it. I mean, because as long as you expose your shot, you're fine. Like, it's fine. But it's like great though. But if you are a filmmaker and you're like, like for me, underwater for cinematography, I want that. So I could shoot raw video underwater, which would be insane. So, or like Nikon ZR does it, but it also overheats a little bit. But anyways, that's what it would have to compete with, is the Nikon ZR you can buy for $2,200 and get Red RAW codec in it, which is insane. Like 12-bit. 6K readout. It's insane. So anyways, the new X5's coming out. People have been waiting years. Like, the way, instead of doing the A7S4, which is what I really wanted, which I hope they still do. Maybe they might launch that in the fall. But the FX5, because the FX3 are very popular, I think they decided to opt for the FX5 first. So that's like the big news. That comes out the 22nd. And so everyone's waiting on that. Dude, yeah. So I've been tracking it. I'm like, oh my God. So like next week's going to be a big deal. Like, oh, but yes, let's do this, So hopefully it's got good specs, and, I'll try to rent it first just to kind of see, and see a lot of reviews, but I don't know. I'd consider buying it, but honestly, I really want to buy a new A7S IV. If they may not even make it. It might not even come to light. So that does suck though, because the low light and all that capability is amazing for journalism. Like it's like, for like what we do, man. I shot the embed doc on it. It's like phenomenal. Like you go into the trench, like how to use it. It's like you're getting clean images coming out. It's awesome. So that's kind of, on the camera side of the house. That's my nerd moment. So that's why I've been excited.
It's your Warhammer.
That's my Warhammer. Yeah, exactly. So, but no, man. Yeah, it's and then speaking of, doing embeds and stuff like that, Ukraine is, doing some work. We're seeing our boy. You see our boy Preston? He's fucking talking with Zelensky and shit.
Yeah, dude, that was so cool. Good for him.
He was doing the Turkey NATO summit and all that. And I was like, damn, dude. And he's talking with, I don't know how long he talked to. I got to text him. But he was, shaking his hand, and they had a little talk. And I was like, bro, that's awesome. Yeah. That's so sick.
I would love to meet Zelensky.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
probably
dope.
Only like the only world leader I would I would go out of my way to meet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it'd be sick. I think it'd be dope. Like that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, Preston. I didn't even know he was in Turkey. That's why, dude, I love, he's just going places, man. Mm-hmm. Preston just like, he's crushing it. But yeah, I was like, and then he's obviously keeping on top of everything that's going on, but it's pretty wild, man. Even like with Iran, we used our first UAV boat, kamikaze boat.
Wonder where we got that idea.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Who might have sold us that one? Or who might have helped out in development on that one? But yeah, dude. I mean, this Iran stuff. Dude, have you seen the video coming out? The videos coming out?
No, dude, not recently.
Wild. Some of the leaked videos, or I should say leaked, but that have gotten out. Like the IRGC compound, dude. It's like I guess in Tehran, it's like giant, massive fireball in the middle of the city. You're like, holy shit. they clearly hit like something. It wasn't a JDAM. I mean, like it was obviously a bunker busters, but it hit something. The fireball was massive. And they're hitting a bunch of other targets too. And it was like, holy shit, man. Like they're doing work. And then they hit the whatever that dock was with the boat, with the UAV. So yeah, and they apparently are just tearing it up right now. Like it's just tearing it up. So I guess we'll see what the result is in a few days. So
I don't expect much.
Yeah,
personally, like
unless you
this
take out the infrastructure. Yeah, I agree.
I don't see like any real like change. Mm-hmm. Like it's already been couple months, like any regime, like actual regime change that would have happened, we're well past that. It's almost like Iran has been preparing for this exact scenario for 40 years.
That's what people have been saying.
Yeah,
it's like we're hitting the infrastructures. I think that's the next move, as I imagine. Maybe Karg Island. I mean, not to, either cutting it completely off. We'll see. Look at the next few days. And now it's like people are like, all right, man. I mean, have fun. see what happens. I don't know. But at this point, it's like, gas started dropping. So I'm like, all right, cool. Gas prices start dropping again. And they're like, we fired it up. I'm like, fuck.
Not in Russia.
No, not in Russia. No, yeah, as we were talking before.
They've struck
Russia's hurting bad.
Tons of oil tankers off of Crimea. Mm-hmm. Have you seen those videos that have been coming out?
Of them hitting them?
Yeah, with the the medium range drones. Dude, like there are dozens of them getting hit.
Yeah. Dude, it's just wrecking havoc on Russia.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Where?
That's just like,
I don't care.
You wonder what how that all ends. You know what I mean? Like it'll be interesting to see in a year where are we going to be in a year?
I think the war goes on large scale as it is now for at least another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember last year in like April, May when I went in 2025, I went so early after my last trip that I was like, because I was like, thought it was going to be over soon, so I kind of wanted to be there for the possible winding down of it all. But here we are, year later. It's longer than World War One now.
Well, I can't beat the GWAT though. It's got another you got another 15 years.
Well, heck, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you include the Donbass war beforehand, they're already at 10 years, 12 years.
That's true. You got another 8. You still got another 8 years to go, homies.
Yeah, because the Donbass war was about the same intensity as the GWAT.
Mm-hmm. I remember hearing about it. Like I said, I remember Crimea. I remember when that happened, and then
same. I just being a lance corporal to pay like really see what was going on elsewhere. Like I had heard about it, like the
same.
Maidan,
I was in film school,
like the Maidan Revolution and all that stuff. And I was initially
the ISIS,
like, because I was more focused on ISIS. Like that was
exactly that was 2014. So you're thinking like ISIS was going on.
Yeah,
that was really in the headlines.
But I was initially pretty pro-Russian because of the propaganda with it all. Like people tend to believe the first piece of information they hear, and that kind of like becomes the truth to them. And that was the case for me. Yeah. And then every piece of evidence contrary to that is like an attack on your ego and your intelligence, and people like hunker down even harder. And it wasn't until like 2020, 2021 when I started like talking to Ukrainians that I was kind of like, whoa, this whole country is not run by Nazis. Crazy.
Yeah. I didn't even know. I didn't know any information. Like, it's just one of those things like, okay, you want to know Ukraine? Like, you know what I mean? It was like, I didn't even know Chernobyl was in Ukraine there for a while. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I just didn't have any info. Like, I didn't feel one way or the other. I was kind of like, Russians are going to Russia. Like, when they went into Georgia, I was in the Marine Corps when they did that. And I was kind of like, oh, well, like at that one where I was like, oh, dude, we're going to go to war. And people were like, no, we're not. And I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't have a feeling one way or the other about it, like, I was like, I don't even know who Georgians are, like, I just don't know. That was
the first time I had heard of Georgia as a country.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
But I was also like an 8th grader. So
yeah. And I was, like I said, I was in the Chow Hall when it happened. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And it was like Russia invades Georgia or whatever.
Wasn't it during the 2008 Olympics?
It might have been. Actually, that kind of makes sense now. Because it was...
The timing of it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the world was too busy focusing on the Olympics.
So that's what I mean. Like, I didn't know anything. And then Ukraine, and like I said, but we were focused on ISIS. So, like, I didn't have feelings one way or the other, like with Ukraine and Crimea. I'm like, okay. Like, I wouldn't know how to even feel about it. Like, all right. It's not the first time Russia's invaded people like Chechnya. Like, how do you feel about Chechnya? You know what I mean? Like, it happened. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I just don't know anything about it. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be, like I said, it'd be interesting to see what's going on, like how everything kind of pans out with them. And like, I was talking with Asher, he was texting me, he was like, yeah, he's talking about Ukraine, and he was going to talk to you about it. And then like Mexico, and then somewhere else. I can't remember what the other one was. He was thinking about going, but I was like, yeah, dude, it's awesome. I'd love to go. John was talking about it.
I'm itching to go back to Ukraine. Yeah. If you ever come to my house, you'll see in my basement, I've got like a little gear cross there with my body armor and my helmet and my boots and my little fanny pack and stuff. Yeah. And the last couple weeks, it's been like, have you seen this? You've seen the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
When the Green Goblin, whatever that doctor's name, he throws the outfit in the trash, like in the dumpster, and the mask is like talking to him. He's like, you're weak.
Yeah.
You are. That's what my body armor is doing to me right now. It's you're weak.
You little bitch. Get back in there.
Again.
Yeah. No, I do. I keep mine, and then every once in a while I'm like, man, I need to rig like a GoPro because the way I want to do, like, oh, GoPro here, and like, how do I make my cameras better,
Yeah, I need to get
to
one of
go
those
back
like
over.
side helmet mounts. That was my like so like every time I go, I find new things to change
Hmm.
with my equipment. Like my first trip, it was just a standard plate carrier.
Yeah.
And then I would see like the wounded guys coming back and like they're like sucking chest wounds and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, I need like a lot more soft armor. And so I went and bought this new kit in Kyiv in like 2024, and it's awesome. Like a bunch of the guys that were at the positions I was at were wearing the same exact thing, just with like multicam,
Yeah.
compared to my one that's black because it's got like I don't I've been out of the Marine Corps for too long, so I don't remember the terminology, but it's got like the nut protector and
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
like the shoulder guards and like the neck one is the one I wanted, because when I'm driving around, if I feel like a drone's coming, I just like turtle up. So it's like just like
Yeah.
this little slit that's not protected by something.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. And that was the other thing too is the like I was looking at helmets, like Chris always has the hookup with HHV, and I'm like, man, I need to commit and just like he's like, I can get you one for free or
yeah, I've
whatever.
got an HHV, and
Yeah,
there's
but
plenty of
I
ones
got to
that
get
have
the
come
rig
out of
though for it.
Ukraine like riddled with
Yeah.
shrapnel, and the guy's still alive.
Hmm.
I
But I
know
want
I
the
know
one
two
that
people who've had
the
that
head
happen to
strap.
them.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the head strap though. Like you got to modify it. So like I have a Cry, an
Hmm.
old Cry, like 2000. Fuck. I don't know. It was one of the. It's old. Like I bought it from a dude, but it has the retention strap, and that's what you
Yeah.
want because then it's not about your chin strap. It's about the retention, like retention on your head. So they make them for HHV, but you have this like an aftermarket thing. So,
Yeah.
Chris is pretty cool. But I was like, hey man, I need to get I want to get the aftermarket of that.
Yeah.
I think like Team Windy or something does it, but
Yeah. I need to get like a side mount
mhm.
for a camera because it's
Like
too often I've
GoPro
got
or
my,
just a.
yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
any camera like that'll be like on the side of my head because
Yeah.
a lot of the time what we're doing is at night and I've got a red light on
Mm.
my MVG mount.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and that's the thing too is they make one, but it's not good quality. Like GoPro really is it, or like Osmo, or like the action cameras.
yeah.
They had one back in the day. My buddy had one in Korngall, and I bought one, but I don't think I ever really used it. But it's called a Contour. They don't make them anymore. They went out of business. They were like GoPro's competitor, and it was like a little flip switch, and they don't make them anymore. And then there's one other one I saw, but they're like only 1080p, maybe 4K. Like it sucks because they don't really make them because if you're gonna make something, you gotta make it like a GoPro to compete. So there isn't really like, oh man, this is an awesome fucking side mounted. There's one that does like I can't remember, it's called like the Mohawk or something. That's like the only one, but again, the specs aren't like amazing. And they make an IR version, night vision
Hmm.
one, but you don't like they're not common. So it's like you pay like $400 for it, and it's like 1080p at 24. But it does like slap to your helmet, and it curves with the helmet. So
Yeah.
I've seen those where people like put them on top, people that jump like those apparently. So skydiving or like the Halo jumps or whatever. But yeah, dude, GoPros are kind of I hate to say it, they're kind of the standard. They're like
Yeah, they are.
you know,
That
um,
or I'll have to find a way to like mount my red light on the side or something.
mhm. Yeah,
So
because even like putting GoPros on your chest, it's okay, but it's not. I was kind of like, because like if we go again, I'm like, okay, cool. Depending where we go and where we're getting into, it's kind of like I want to rig the GoPros up a little. Like say what you guys did last time, right? Like do have like a GoPro that runs like 24/7, and you can do
hmm
that. You just have a battery pack. So I was like, look at how do I technically make it do this, and like how do we make sure it has enough data, all that type of stuff. But it'd be cool to like capture all that,
yeah, because I
and just so you
recorded
guys
like
have it.
48 hours of video of Pokrovsk getting bombed.
Hmm.
Of like it's more like an ASMR sort of thing. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
just filming the inside of like a bedroom with the
Hmm.
camera, like with the microphone outside,
Yeah.
like on the windowsill, and you could like hear just artillery and cabs and a bunch of drones flying by the building and stuff. I'll have to send
Hmm.
you one of the videos because like a lot of stuff happened in like 20 seconds. It was pretty crazy.
Pretty wild. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I agree. I'm with you. Like not only shoot going back to Ukraine, but like shooting in like you know, like still love to go to Burma, still want to go to Kurdistan. You know what I mean? Like it's there's some pretty obviously wild stuff now with the Iran. So going into Iraq is actually going to be kind of sketch, like and all that kind of stuff. Oh, going to Jordan, man, dude, they just hit Jordan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going. They're throwing rounds at everybody. so you're just like you might be able to catch something. It's some cool shit. But
you get a lot of cool stuff domestically too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. There's a lot of cool shit domestically to snatch up. So, no, I agree. I think there's like a lot of potential for that. But I'm with you. There's always like for me, it's like, man, I need to get back out there. I do my job, even though it's not. It's in my job description, but it's not what I do. But it's 80-90% editing right now. So, trying to change that up, get back more behind the camera a bit more. So, but yeah, man, we'll see. Now, we'll see how things go with you and your occupado, your occupation.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. We'll see. It's like a 50-50. We'll see.
Yeah. What are you leaning towards? Do you
honestly,
want to let loose?
I want to do war journalism or like something in that realm. And this might be like the kick in the ass, like the desk, like, okay, like this is, you got nothing else, like this might be what I need to like, but we'll see.
Yeah, I get it,
like everything else is taken care of with like the VA and stuff like that, like my health care, like I'm like it's good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the wife pulling good cash for you, good sugar mama.
She's going back to school actually sometimes.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna get her master's and then I'll be a stay-at-home war journalist.
MBA, like a master's in business or master's in.
She wants to be like a therapist, counselor, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, then you play those cards right.
Yeah, I mean, because she wants to actually work for the VA, like counseling, family counseling in the VA, which would be nice because it's a government job and you get like a nice pension and benefits too. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's VA, so. You get good money.
The VA down in Nebraska is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, probably because there's not like a trillion veterans here. So like if I want to go get seen at the VA, it's like, yeah, come on in. Like,
yeah. Oh shit, we got somebody.
Yeah. Oh, everybody, wake up.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, yeah. Well, that's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always like I said. It's you don't have kids yet, so if you're gonna do something, do it now.
It'll probably be at least 3 or 4 years before we start having kids, I would imagine. Because she wants to do her master's. And I said, after she goes to school, I'll go to school. I'll finish my bachelor's and I'll do journalism. So probably with a minor in cinematography or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, dude, it helps, man. Like, being a film, to me, it's always like, be a filmmaker and then be a journalist. Because your shit's going to look great. Like, if you can make it look great, like I said, not saying I'm like amazing, but like you stick me on the job, our stuff's going to look a lot better than, just running in with a camera, even though you're going into, sometimes it's just the setting. Like, you go in somewhere, no one's gone. Don't matter how you shoot it. As long as you film it, it's going to turn heads.
Absolutely.
But if you start getting into spots where it's like, oh yeah, people have been here before. It's like, well, how do you set yourself apart? And now Ukraine, you can still set yourself apart by going into units that like no one goes into, which is, still very doable. Or getting shots that a lot of people don't get. But yeah, it's that'd be dope.
What I want to film next time is those anti-aircraft units.
Oh, dude, shooting stuff down?
Dudes shooting down drones. Like, that looks awesome. Like, I'd love to film that.
Yeah, you have to see which one has the most action because that's you got limited time.
Yeah,
you just hang around for like 3 days. Like, oh, all right, we'll just hang here for 3 days. And see what
it's not like if you went and embed with an infantry, where it's like you're filming something every second.
Yeah. Or like an FPV drone, especially now. I mean, Christ, you throw a rock, you hit an FPV unit. Before it wasn't as prominent. Now it's like everybody's doing it. So
yeah, well, even then, like. My last trip in Pokrovsk, the FPV strike team I was with, they were flying missions like probably every hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was awesome. A lot.
Mm-hmm. Getting after it, dude. And like I said, it like really Preston's doing the numbers or whatever. It's like 28,000 killed Russians or something like that. Some astronomical amount.
It's insane.
Jesus, insane. So, but all right, man. Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm all good.
Yeah,
that's a good catch up. Well, I'll have a lot to talk about with the freaking Odyssey come next Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever you try.
I was gonna say,
whenever you're done with your date night and you can watch it, then I'll shut up until then.
I'll try to see if we can date night it on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday we could do it because on Thursday I go to North Carolina. My brother's retiring, so I'm going to his retirement ceremony next week.
Yeah.
So
Wednesday will be fine for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then I'll be like, okay, maybe we'll go.
Then I can
see the Odyssey.
Write a hate or love letter to Christopher Nolan.
All right, bro. Well, that sounds good. All right, where can people find you? Where can people find Nick
They can find me Battles and Beers on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and now slowly transitioning to Zero Line Dispatch. It turns out it's a lot easier to get a press pass when you're not referencing alcohol in your business name. So you can find me currently Zero Line Dispatch on Instagram. It's in like my bios on my other channels on Instagram and Facebook. So I'm pretty easy to find. You can find me anywhere.
Awesome. Hell yeah. And then obviously if you're watching, you've already found us, but go check out the Instagram channel, Bridging with the Boys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. And also if you want to check out my personal page, ethan.nagel.films as well. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next